Hello, I'm Ed. How you doing? So I'm just going to give you a brief explanation of why I use cannabis. I have a condition which many of you may know is called degenerative disc disease. It's in my lower spine. It's a L3, L4 and L5, and I suffer with a lot of pain on a daily basis. So I use cannabis on a daily basis for that reason. So how do we start the ball rolling with getting a private prescription? For one, go to Cantourage and look on their website. Their website will have a part for you to fill out for the eligibility check. Now, once you fill the eligibility check out, it's quite simple. You can get your medical records and upload them yourself, or the Cantourage team can do it for you if you give them your NHS number. It's easy. It's quite an easy process. So once you've filled that out and you've sent it off, I waited for my eligibility check to come back through. Now, I had a few problems with my medical records that I sent over. There were some redacted parts of the records that Cantourage team rang me up. They explained that there was a problem and we talked through the situation. They was very understanding with the whole situation that I was going through, and they sorted it out. Once we'd had the phone call and rectified the problems that I had with my medical records, it only took 24 hours for them to send me through a consultation email. So from start to finish, from filling out the eligibility form to them making that phone call with me and rectifying the problems, that took about 14 days. But most of that time, them 14 days, you may think that's quite a long time, but most of the time was the doctors taking their time giving the medical records. That was the main issue with me. So I mean it's not much of an issue, but I mean for 2 weeks from start to finish, I had a consultation booked, so I was good to go after a fortnight. And going back to the customer service, I mean they were so willing to help me when I had a problem with my records, and after I've been accepted and I now have my medical cannabis, I can ring them up with any problem, and I won't be sitting on the phone for ages waiting for them to answer the call. I mean, I will call them and it will answer within a few rings. I'm very happy with them, to be honest with you. I genuinely am. And talking to them, they make you feel like the conversation's on a personal level. Like you feel like it's a one-to-one conversation and not like they're going through the motions that they just want to get you through and answer your questions and get on to the next phone call. It doesn't feel like that. I don't get that vibe from them. I genuinely do enjoy ringing up and having a chat with them. There's a couple of people there, they probably think, oh my God, he's here to chew our ear off again. But they don't, I like having a chat with them. They're nice people, and they're also knowledgeable about medical cannabis and how it all works in this country. It's an interesting subject for me. I find it interesting. And speaking about knowledge, and going back to the knowledge side of it, the doctors that I've seen as well is been amazing. I haven't got a problem with them at all. In my doctor, he actually listens to what I'm saying to him, and he comes back with some good suggestions and things that we should maybe try this and maybe try that in the daytime. You know, like the knowledge that they're coming back, because I've been studying cannabis and using cannabis for over 20 years. So when I talk to someone, I do feel like I can tell whether you know what you're talking about within a few minutes, or you've just read a book an hour ago. You know, like I've got that vibe. They literally know what they're talking about. I can sit and have a good conversation with my doctor about cannabinoids and terpene profiles and anything that I want to bring up. He will know what I'm talking about, and he don't get confused, because a lot of people can get confused when you start talking about different cannabinoids. But as I say, they're knowledgeable. The doctors know what they're doing. I feel like I'm in safe hands, you know, when I talk to my doctor. Overall, it's a very easy process from start to finish. Like I say, I had a bit of a problem with mine. It took me 2 weeks. 2 weeks I had a consultation. I was well happy, very, very happy. And the relief you get from having medical cannabis and not having to use a black market vendor is just, it's amazing. It really is.